I've kind of always been someone that pushes myself. Putting in more hours, working smarter, better nutrition, doing what needs to be done. All these things just really matter. The hours you put into it and how, serious you take it. I'm always gonna have the love for that more than the racing. Basically, there's the Elite 15 in HYROX. Top 15 best males and females in the world. And this year they introduced a regional Elite 15, who are the top 15 within North America, or Europe, or APAC. And realistically for me this year, I think that I can be in the top 15 ranking in North America. There's just no excuses. My performance is ultimately up to me. So I played basketball all my life, literally since 5 or 6 years old. Was playing competitive. Was training very hard starting in middle school and high school, whether it was in the weight room or on the court, outside of practice hours. That was my passion, it was just going to the gym, shooting 500 shots a day. For me, it was I'm gonna work hard every single day to try and get a basketball scholarship. I'm gonna play Division I or Division II basketball. That's just what drove me day in and day out for probably a decade.
The inbound three goes to Pelkofer.
See if Steven gets the last shot. 3 at the horn. Got it! Got it for Steven with .6. Platteville gets.
Eventually found this thing called HYROX and started getting really into running and realizing I can this is a competition again. I can start training like I did in basketball. Immediately started training for picked a race in the US, Dallas 2023, and just immediately went all in on it. I treated this year, this season a little differently than the last two, where the last two I was okay, I'm just picking 2 to 3 big races that I'm gonna treat I need this perfect training block going into them, and I need a perfect taper and then race. This year I wanted to do, and part of this is just because we have more options in America now, where there are 12 to 15 races, where there used to be 5, 6, 7. So it's just more convenient to get to a race weekend. I wanted to do sort of 2 solo races really close to each other, and I wanted to get a race in where it's okay, I need to feel that HYROX pain again, and then maybe I pop a great time, but if not, I get another shot in 3 or 4 weeks. And so that was sort of the idea of racing Boston and Atlanta kind of back to back here. Honestly felt great. I got good sleep the night before, travel went fine on the day of. No excuse to perform, poorly. There were some really good guys there, Josh Ward is one of them, and all of us were kind of scattered in different heats, which was a little frustrating, but I happened to have, who I knew going in was kind of the best guy there was in my heat. I'm okay, this is fine. He's really good at pacing the race. We can, I can try and hang with him. And we got out of the start really controlled for the first, I would say 3 stations. Felt good coming out, just really good, consistent pacing. I kind of stuck with him through sled pull, and he pulled away a little bit there, but I really just kind of stuck to my plan. He had an edge on me on sled pull, but I was still gonna be able to run hard after that. And a big focus for me in training this off season had been burpee broad jumps, which is the 4th station, so the middle of the race. And I ended up having my best split ever on that by 20 seconds. So I got down to a 247 or 246. Previously I'd been 303, 304. Got through burpee broad jumps. The run after that, it sucks no matter what. But I just kind of, I always train mentally, just turn the legs over, just keep turning them over. Got through that, recovered on the row a little bit. Got through farmer's carry, no problem, like unbroken, and then got to lunges, again, had my fastest split ever on lunges, like just didn't break at all, just really clean reps. And then I got to wall balls, and I knew when I got into wall balls, like, okay, like this is gonna be my fastest time ever, for sure. Like as long as there's no disaster on wall balls, like I'm PRing. And like felt okay going in there. I think I tried to push the last run a little bit, and I ended up having like a relatively bad wall ball station compared to just like the previous, like all of last year. I was consistently like 345 to 355 ish, and this one ended up being like 430. So I ended up crossing in 59:09, which was like a 30-second PR, and you know, a little disappointing just because of I think I gave up at least 30 seconds on wall balls, maybe more, and that, you know, I finished 4th overall. So like I felt good about like, okay, I know like I'm close to these guys, and if I didn't blow up on the wall balls a little bit, like I probably would have taken 2nd or 3rd. So that was like, you know, there were some positives I took out of it. I was just like, yeah, this clearly improved this off season, and like, you know, despite this not being like the main race, like PR'd, was like pretty in control the whole time, like crushed burpees and lunges, which were just like big training focuses for me. And then like, yeah, you know, it's hard to execute everything in this race. There's so many variables. It's a mental toughness battle out there. And like, I know that I can go 30 to 40 seconds faster, you know, hopefully in Atlanta. And that like, that alone gets me in this like 58-30, you know, range time-wise, which is gonna be a good spot to be. I'm gonna hit like 500 meter intervals on the ski and on the row, like around race intensity, probably a little bit faster. I don't want to hit like 95% of my max heart rate the first 7 minutes of the race. So if 148 feels too hard for 500 meters, like slowing down to 149 or 150, you know, you lose 2 seconds over 1K, but like the effort level feels much easier. So like, why wouldn't I slow down a little, especially that early in the race? So that's what I'll kind of feel out today, just like what feels like a moderate sort of intensity that I could sustain for like 5K if I needed to. So that's what we'll do. You don't just like luck into like a really good race time or a podium or a huge PR, whatever level you're sort of at. Like, you know, this day of training, this week of training really doesn't matter that much. And like, you don't just like improve from one really hard week of training if you haven't built the foundation and done it consistently for weeks, months, years. The consistency over time is what is going to lead to results. Practicing getting in and out of the rower, because again, it could be like 4 or 5 seconds there, and if I run a 58:30 versus a 58:26 because I can like get in and out of the rower quicker, it's probably worth it if I'm trying to get into the like this North American regional. If it came down to like seconds difference, I think it matters. Getting reps in, practicing perfect form. I'm not doing burpee broad jumps, but at least jump into this kind of replicates like the movement where my hands will go. So I'll just do like a couple of rounds of like 14 every minute. So there I'm just doing 14 every minute on the minute. Just 3 rounds. Nothing crazy, but just helps so much with efficiency in burpees. So 42 burpees in 3 minutes or less. Like, that's kind of what you need to do with a race anyways, but with a jump. And then this off season I built that workout up to 20 minutes, just 20 rounds, which is like 280 burpees. I feel like it's just a huge reason why I've gotten so much more efficient at the movement. It's just standing up, getting back on the ground. If you do that thousands of times in an off season, you're gonna get better at it. So, like, even for these workouts, still take fueling seriously, pre and post. And that should just like leave me feeling really sharp going into this weekend. We are at HYROX, Atlanta. We will be going for sub 58, hopefully, good performance. Going for a time to try and get me into the solo North American regional, which is in March. So feeling really good. There's just tons of good competition here. My training partner, Dylan Scott's like the best in the world. He'll be out there. A couple other guys, Cole Learn, Ryan Kent, Colin Stiefer, like just proven guys. And then Jack Driscoll and I are kind of like the next tier where we're trying to prove that we can compete with some of these top tier guys. So I feel really good. Like, legs are fresh, got good sleep, no excuses, just gotta execute the plan, like kind of stick to my pacing strategy, and we'll see how it goes. I think TSA is gonna think I'm a drug dealer at some point. Project 1, 2.5 scoops of Ultraformance in here, so like 60 grams of carbs. I think I had probably like 275 grams of carbs today. So this will get me like over 300 in the like hour and 20 leading up to the start time, but that'll be it before I start. I think if you're not nervous about something, like, you probably don't care about it that much. So like, you can prep really well and feel really good and confident, but be super nervous about it. So I think it's just hard not to be like on race day, even when you're really prepared. So I'm definitely nervous, but that'll go like all out the window basically as soon as that first run, like, just kind of get locked in. So nervous, but feel pretty good overall just about how I'm going to perform. Like, I feel like I can go out there and compete with the best guys in the sport. You know, I put in 20 weeks of training since World Championships, raced once in Boston. There were just no excuses. Like, everything felt good.
New car with shining paint, old car and fading pace, driving in my veins, one life, two fates. You are a saving grace, the one I meditate. Find me on highways, let me from my fate. The shore and tide relate in ebb and flow of waves, vying for their place in my eyes, two ways. You are a saving face, the one that
it's really hard to shave off time at this level. You know, you put in a 20-week block to take off 60 seconds of time in this race, and that seems crazy, but it's just what it takes. You know, you gotta keep putting in really consistent weeks of training, weeks, months, years, and you eventually are gonna pop a good race. Stay available, focus on good recovery, just keep taking these steps to get to the next level. The goal was to go sub 58, move myself up in the rankings of this like North American group of top male athletes, and I went 57.43. I took third overall. Really good showing for me. Like, I think there's still another level that I can get to, but like I feel like I took a big jump today, honestly, and just kind of proved that I kind of belong in that next tier of like top guys in the North American region. So just executed the race plan well, like kind of stuck to my pacing, and I got two doubles races coming up now where I get to race with the man Dylan Scott. So just pretty excited to go race with one of the best in the world and, you know, put down a really solid doubles time, and then basically it's just right back to training. You know, there's no like secret workouts or secret training blocks that you put in. It's just like, you know, 2 to 3 hard workouts a week, stack as much easy volume as you can, and go out and race and test. Really solid weekend, you know, and we'll get right back to it in 2 weeks in Chicago and 3 weeks in Dallas. So there's no rest. We'll just try and hold on to this fitness for 3 weeks and pop 2 more good doubles races. But that's a wrap on HYROX Atlanta.